Hey guys, Terry Anderson, Patriots at Large, American Patriot Relief. We are here with a new near dear friend of mine, David Judd. David's going to tell us a little bit about his experience over the last couple of years. This is a story that's really important, you guys. We really need you to hear this. We're going to put this out on Patriots at Large, American Patriot Relief, YouTube, wherever we can. We need to get this story out about things that have happened over the last couple of years with January 6th and leading up to it. Tell us a little bit about what happened with you over the last couple of years. Well, not a little bit. Tell us exactly what happened with you over the last couple of years, if you will.
Sure. My name's David Judd. I was at the Capitol outside. I never went inside. I never touched an officer. I'm looking at 3 years. I was sentenced, and I go in next week. I'll be going to federal prison for 3 years. And it's been quite a ride. To answer your question, I've been on the news. I've been local news. I've been on social media. I've lost friends, family. I used to be assistant general manager at Chick-fil-A. I worked for the Dallas Cowboys. I was a game day manager. All of these jobs have instantly fired me once they saw me on TV. I've had family members respectfully not want to talk to me anymore. But I've also had strong Patriot family members that love me regardless, unconditionally, been very supportive. So it's, I've lost a lot, but I've gained a lot of perspective, and it's helped grow some of us closer together. But it's been a rough trip, and I'm facing down the barrel next week, and so just continue to stay strong in my faith. I trust the Lord. He is in the fight. I'm excited to see what I'm going to learn from this and what I can do to become better to serve His will. And I'm just trusting God through this process. But
that's awesome. So I want to ask you a little bit go more into depth about, so January 6th, and I know we've done this interview and we've talked about some of this stuff before, but maybe just a brief synopsis. You were there on January 6th. What happened? What happened that day?
Yeah. Oh, this is good. You ever have a birthday party, and then you didn't get the gift you wanted, and then it goes from cake to having a party until you're just pouting the rest of the time? Yeah. This was one of those things. I was excited to see Trump. It's his last rally. I'd been to other Trump rallies.
Right.
If you've ever been, they are full of just positive. There's no hate. It's all race, creed, and color. Everyone's welcome. It just feels like a family with everyone that you don't even know.
Right.
And it's just such a good time. So, I thought I was going to go see the last Trump rally.
Right.
Thank God it's not. He's had a couple more, and we'll continue to have them, bringing people together. But I was going to see his last one outside the White House. This was going to be an epic event. And I was really excited. So I was the first one there.
Right.
I was there
You told me there at 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 a.m.
I thought I was there. We got up at like 5 o'clock. We were down there by like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was still dark when we got down there. But you'd already been there for a while.
Freezing, wet. There was mud. They had all that. But staying at we're actually at the Sheridan right now for the Kerry Lake event, and I was at a Sheridan in D.C.
Right.
And I had brought their muffins and oranges and apples and stuff.
We talked about the correlation of Kerry Lake fighting the election, and we were there that day to fight what we thought was a legal. Still do think that was an illegal election, but but
allegedly. Either way, you're if you think there's no wonkiness in any election and they're all 100% sound,
right.
You're living in La La Land. You're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Right.
Every election since the day of time has had at least one wonky thing happen. And all we were saying is like, hey, this is some questionable stuff. Can we just at least look into it? No, we're going to rush through it. We're going to blast through it. And then too bad, so sad.
Right.
It's too late.
We're going to put this guy in before we knew the true answer to this, and we still don't know the right answer.
Yeah, and there's stipulation about Twitter now owned by Elon, bringing back free speech, which is great. But there's multiple records and polls and proof of if people had known about more of the information, the Hunter laptop from hell, if they had known these dealings things. People,
wouldn't have went through so easy, right?
Yeah, and it's obvious these things you don't tell people. It kind of sways them. You know, if I told you, you know, hey, there's some cookies, like you're still on that fat-free diet. Oh yeah, they're sugar-free.
What are you trying to say here?
But you know, if you're told it's, you know, gluten-free or whatever free cookie, you're gonna go for it.
That's right.
But then you find out later, man, my ass is fat. Like, what happened here? Like, oh, I was lied to. And you know, through all of this, it's been the worst thing in my life. I've hit lows that I can't even describe to you. But I can't help to think, what if it comes out that it was stolen? What then? What then? All the people that have just drug us through the mud, all the people that were so sure about it, and you know what? They might be right, you know, and I will eat crow on that. But I got to think, what's going to happen if they do finally investigate and find out stuff. So we're here at the Kerry Lake event.
She's investigating hers still in the Arizona case,
awarded,
right? Kicked it back down to a lower court.
I heard she got the ballots.
Oh, did she?
Man. One judge said, yeah, she can have access to this. So we're about to go in and listen to what she has to say. But go back to January 6th, man. I was there at 2:40 in the morning.
Yep.
Freezing cold. Brought everyone muffins and oranges, and as families got in line for it, we watched, man, the entire Washington Monument fill up.
Mm-hmm.
It was just huge.
It was huge. It was awesome.
But
it was really awesome.
Yeah, but not insurrection.
No, it was peaceful prayers. I saw priests, grandparents, children. But then when the speech was over and we walked peacefully down to the Capitol, what happened when you got down there?
Yeah, we walked as a big crowd. We didn't run. We didn't break anything on the way. It wasn't a BLM violent riot.
Breaking windows, right?
Mostly peaceful, burning as we go. Sure,
looting.
Wasn't that? It was.
I didn't see anybody.
Not a single. Yeah, and it's so funny. People, you know, want to say, all this, our side's so bad. Like, we have all the guns, and like, how come no one brought a gun that day? How come there was no like violence and guns? And if there is one side that could get it done, it's our side.
Yeah.
But we weren't there for that. That was not our purpose. We were there to either with God. We were there to represent our country, and just to be, you know, a part of the movement, be a part of history. After the speech, we all walked down there, and we realized that we were set up for a trap.
Yeah.
We were absolutely allowed to, on one side, people, which I didn't know, went into the Capitol the next day. I had no idea.
Right.
But on the other side, people were allowed to go up on the building. And I remember hearing, you know, screams and flashbangs and smoke and tear gas and pellet guns and just indiscriminately people getting hit and shot and smoked. And there was a fight or flight moment that hit me immediately. I was hanging out with Blacks for Trump, Latinos for Trump, and Women for Trump at a barbecue right out front on the grass, listening to a rock. We're not gonna take it.
Right. Yep.
Everyone just, you know, rootin' tootin', having a good time, and then you see older ladies bloodied, unconscious, being drug out. You see kids that were screaming they lost their parent, they don't know where their dad is because of all the action going on. And so there was multiple veterans that they know this, they recognize this situation, and immediately were saying, we need to go help these people. We need to go. Anyone that can help these people, we need to go. And I've followed their lead up to the steps. There was one area you could go up, and on the balcony up top was all the armed Capitol Police with rifles, just watching and waving as everyone went up, got bottlenecked into a Roman Coliseum area, nice stadium, over 2,000 people packed in. And after everyone got in, then they decided to, now's a good time to execute some police force here instead of preventing people.
Started shooting tear gas and
pellet guns, concussion grenades. I'd never seen pepper spray. I know, and girls, if you don't have a pepper spray, you get one.
Right.
There's some bad people out in this world, and there always will be. But preparation, right? It's better to be prepared than need it without. But the pepper spray they were using, I mean, I've got a cup here. This is a joke. It looked like fire hydrant backpacks of bear spray, indiscriminately, just unleashing. And the reason I say that is because it led to some tragic events, people losing their lives that day. A lot of the narrative is, Trump led an insurrection, false. These people killed 5 to 6 police officers, which our Attorney General Merrick Garland, who's in charge of the DOJ, repeated after Tucker released video of showing Sitnik, who didn't die the day. He was actually went back inside. He's still saying 5 police officers were killed, and that's false. No police officers were killed that day. Thank God. We're not here rooting for anyone to die, but they are happy that Ashley Babbitt was killed. You look at people today saying,
and
she got what she deserved.
That Roseanne Boylan was killed. Kevin Greason, Benjamin Phillips, so.
Yeah, and that the excessive force definitely led to that. I didn't realize until I had watched videos months later of where I was after being arrested, SWAT team raiding the house, going into prison. I didn't see till months later any type of evidence, which I still haven't seen 100% of the video evidence. I'm told it's not relative to what my case is, but then, we just keep finding more and more videotape of fishy stuff happening.
Right.
But one of the videos I did see, I realized that I was standing right next to Roseanne Boylan, who was excessively gassed, where she went unconscious and then continued to be beaten until death.
And they call it a drug overdose, and it wasn't a drug overdose. Philip Anderson was there with her. You were close by.
I'm pretty sure I heard him scream that they had just killed a woman. And I wasn't sure because we were looking out for bad actors, Antifa, people screaming, break the windows. And we were like, no, get him. That's Antifa. We're not here for that. We're not here to do anything like that. But I remember hearing someone, they just killed a woman. They just killed a woman. And I wasn't sure if it was real. I wasn't sure if they were trying to just incite people more. And I sadly found out it was real. And it still hasn't settled for me that I was right there. And I was labeled in my trials. They had the head of the terrorist department in our U.S. government system who showed up to my sentencing to testify against me as being a terrorist. And I was labeled the tunnel commander. And the truth of it is, I can't stop people that want to go in, that want to do what they want to do, but I can help direct people out to safety. And people were screaming and begging to get out of there.
And so you were there trying to help.
Yes.
You're trying to help those people. You ran into danger to try to help people. And because of that, you were charged and now convicted of criminal trespass, assault. Tell me some of the other charges that you were convicted of.
Well, I was looking at 67 years, 17 different charges.
Right. So they dropped some of them.
Well, I was given an offer, and I have no priors. I didn't realize the federal system has a 98% conviction rate. The reason is they strong arm you into here's a load of charges. You have to beat every single one of them because even if one sticks, you're screwed.
So you took a deal for one then?
I took a deal which was originally for one. Then they added on multiple things. So they added trying to stop an election, essentially obstruction of election, which is currently now going to the Supreme Court at some point. And if it's ruled that this charge is not trying to stop democratic proceedings of election, then those will get charged. But I'm stuck with the assault, which they elevated to with a deadly weapon on a U.S. agent. But
again, we talked about this earlier. There was no weapon, no proof of that.
No, in my arrest papers, yes, they failed to ever identify a single person. And so I'm new to the legal system. But I do know if you are charged with assault, you have to have a victim named.
Right.
They never named a victim. I was told they don't have to. They can just have someone say, "Oh yeah, I remember being in that area at that time. So yeah, I'm now the victim." And they never recovered the said weapon, which we had a special 25-year. The head of the ATF say it was not what they said. Doesn't matter.
So the long and short of it is, and I'm not trying to minimize anything that happened to you, but just to get to the end result of this, and you did mention it earlier, is you were there, tried to defend, stand up for our country, have your voice be heard, ran into what you thought was a problem, tried to help people, were charged, and now are getting ready to face your time, which is 32 months.
Yeah, I'll be out 3 years.
And when do you go in?
Next week. I'll be there next Thursday. I have to self-volunteer, which is just, it's so like shameful to have to like go turn yourself in to go through this whole process.
Well, that's why we wanted to have this interview with you before you went in. I wanted to be able to sit here with you while you're a free man still and have this interview with you. And we're going to have another one next week. We're going to live stream it on Facebook, and we're going to put this on our YouTube channel. You know our heart's with you, and we're just
appreciate that.
We were talking about American Patriot Relief earlier, and what we're trying to do, helping the January 6th community, helping the families and the friends, and just get the resources out to you that we can, to your parents, and that they're out while you're in, help you with commissary while you're in. That's what we're setting up for American Patriot Relief, to do all that stuff. So
it means a lot. Thank you for doing that, and just so everyone can hear. There are families that are absolutely broken right now. I thank God that we have such good support.
Right.
But I think I'll be okay. I'm worried more about my family, right? And I know that there's military veterans that are in there, and their families are hoping on that paycheck from the government that got immediately taken, and these families are offended. Where's my father? Where's my dad? The kids don't have their father or their mother. The wife or husband don't have their spouse. And so these families are broken, and they've been doing this on purpose. And I have to make this clear. I'm not asking for a get out of jail free card. I'm not asking for a pardon. I just want equal and fair justice.
Level playing field.
Yes. If you charge these people for doing the exact same crime, why am I getting 3 years longer after 2 years of probation, house arrest? And you know what's horrible is I had a family member set up a fundraiser for me to help pay for the expenses to go 5 times to DC to the courts. Well, they caught wind of that, and now I have to pay back money that I didn't even raise.
Yeah, I heard that.
So
Jalise, and that's another really good reason, you guys, to give to American Patriot Relief. AmericanPatriotRelief.org. We're a 501c4 company. You don't have to have anybody know that you're donating money if you're worried about that. Also, then we can in turn help people like David or any of the other brothers and sisters that are in jail, or their families, and have it not come from you, because they're seizing that money and they're holding you liable for it. So get in touch with us. AmericanPatriotRelief.org. Let's go in and catch Carrie Lake and
let's do that,
wrap it up, man. I want to pan around, and we'll end it on this. I want to pan around on these pictures up here.
It's great, we need to get more of these to get them out there.
Yeah, anything else you want to share before we sign off here? We're going to get back on Tuesday.
I do want to share a big message, and I want everyone to share it as well. This is something that I've had to learn. It's been hard because I did root for a politician to save us. I did root for this country to be fixed, but it's not going to be a president that does it, guys. It's not going to be a local chapter. It's not going to be your money. It's going to be the one true Savior, our Lord Jesus Christ. God is the way. He is watching, and I'm telling you, He wants to be your Father. He is your Father. So submit to Him. Tell Him each and every day that you need Him, and tell Him that you love Him. He will be the one that can save us. He will be the one that will be victorious, and I'm just glad I'm playing for the right team. So
yeah, and you know, you're going to be in our prayers as you go in there. We'll keep you in our prayers. God bless you, brother, man. We're going to be watching over here. We're going to pan around to this, and we're going to end this on this. I want to show you the some of the victims of January 6th. And as you look right here, you've got Ashley Babbitt, Roseanne Boylan, Kevin Greason, you've got Benjamin Phillips, and Brian Siznick. And, you know, so there are people that gave the ultimate price that day, too. So you guys keep us in your thoughts, and if you can donate to AmericanPatriotRelief.org.
Thank you. God bless.
God bless.